Don't forget, Sunday, December 6th at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, US and Canada, I am hosting my 2-hour Grand Shift webinar where we will be doing all kinds of activations, attunements, preparations to align with these higher energies flowing through the solar eclipse in Sagittarius, as well as the grand conjunction in Aquarius and solstice. Got a special guest, my friend Nick, who's going to be assisting with all kinds of shamanic healing, incarnation healing, energetic recall, and I'm going to be leading in guided activations for revelation of natural, sacred, spiritual skills, connection to the Oversoul, and multi-lifetime integrations. Replays will be sent to all who register as well. If you'd like to register, you can again go ahead to my website, integrativemysticism.com. There's Sagittarius. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with your week of December 7th, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you are watching your rising sign horoscope, remember your rising sign horoscope is going to give you further clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope is showing up. And your moon sign horoscope, well, that's going to be giving you the other story that is also playing out throughout this week, maybe in a less prominent way. So your main theme for this week is the Six of Swords in reverse. And a lot of you Sagittarius people are getting a chance to go back in time, but not really go back in time. I'll explain. Let me explain. The Six of Swords reverse is giving you a chance to actually rewrite your personal story. And with the Six of Swords reversed, it could actually be that you are needing to consider what things could have been like had we actually gone on a different path or gone on a different road. And you are getting a chance to go down memory lane. I am seeing a big theme of this week will involve, return journeys, sometimes literal for some of you. Maybe for some of you, it's reacquainting yourself with certain people, reacquainting yourself with certain aspects of yourself, old passions, old desires, old interests, things that used to really do it for you in the past. But you are also going through a major recovery of things that were either lost, stifled, or blocked. Now, one of the big things about this Six of Swords reverse, though, that we also have to pay attention to is where we do need to go and do that retrieval. Because sometimes we have to go back and reconsider things that completely change our life philosophy, right? The beliefs we've held about maybe our past or maybe our career, our field, our whole spiritual paradigm need to be re-examined. And it's not necessarily something that's painful, right? That doesn't have to be a painful experience. Absolutely not. But this week, you are getting a chance to, go back to not necessarily familiar waters. We're not talking about reliving things. We're not talking about doing everything all over again the same way. But of course, getting a chance to actually get back on our road, get back on our highest trajectory, our highest path. And this may include bringing back material and social and even possibly love opportunities for yourself that enhance the quality of life that you have presently, and maybe things that change the way that you relate to people around you presently. As we get on to your main theme, or not your main theme, excuse me, we just did that. As we get on to your personal responsibility this week, when it comes to what you need to pay attention to and take responsibility for if you're going to have the best week possible. You do have the High Priestess upright. And so this week is going to be incredibly educational for you, especially when it comes to finding out hidden truths that might actually contradict a lot of what you've come to believe. And you may be finding that, yes, there could be even a bit of identity crisis going on, where we might find out that there are certain things that we've created or lived by or lived with that are not true. We might be seeing that the truth is finally getting revealed. Revelation is a huge theme with the High Priestess upright. And what I'm also finding is that you are going to also want to listen when you are getting these intuitive hits that maybe it's important to go and revise, again, your own philosophy, your own way of looking at the world. You may be finding with the High Priestess upright, a lot of truths are coming to essentially set you free, but it might create a cognitive dissonance because you might be feeling as though your perception of your ability, your own ability to perceive your reality the way you thought is also getting called into question. Now, this is not, again, a painful experience. This could actually mean that certain things are better than we thought. Certain things are in better shape than we thought. Certain circumstances are actually better off now, and we can go back and enjoy them. Certain things, sure, we might find are not all that fantastic or not all that complimentary. But we have to be willing and able to accept these revelations as they come through, as we get you into the best, orientation for the highest experience possible. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your personal abundance, your resources, your finances, you have the Ten of Wands upright. And this week, you may be finding that even though there is a great deal of work, great deal of labor, great deal of stress, I'm seeing both emotional and non-emotional stress going on, the Ten of Wands is also bringing you some kind of lordly bounty and an opportunity to be able to set yourself up very prettily this week. I do think that a lot of you may be finding that certain things are feeling like they're too hot to handle. I do think a lot of you may be finding that certain jobs, whether they be new or something that you've had for a while, might be going into a way where they are more laborious than you wanted them to be, than you initially planned on. But the reward and the compensation is there. It's kind of like this mandatory extra work, but it's mandatory extra abundance for you. I'm also seeing for a lot of you that the Ten of Wands is putting you in a position to actually have to confront, yes, many bits of unfinished business as it relates to maybe a matter that will secure you a very, very large amount of either resources or maybe even professional power-ups, professional level-ups, promotions, popularity, acclaim, if you're willing to actually finally face those measures, right? Face that music. This is not going to be an easy week when it comes to this. I do feel like it'll be rewarding, but it will be a pain in the ass sometimes. Okay. And that's okay. If there's a reward for it at the end of the day, and I do see it will be worth it, you will find that out. As we get on to your relationships, your closest one-on-one relationships, your non-material shifts card, we do have the Five of Cups upright, and there may be some news of loss coming this week. And remember, this is a card that I'm looking at in context of close one-on-one friendships, family, and love. Now, the Five of Cups, it could actually be news that's not coming as your loss, but possibly loss on the part of a family member, loss on the part of a spouse, loss on the part of a close friend, housemate, or something like that. And it does really shake up the world around this person, and they are going to need to be able to respond to this quite quickly, or at least respond to it to the most that they can, to the highest level that they can in that moment. And you are going to also find that to a certain degree, this loss is going to also mean a loss in the reality that the two of you share together. Now, with that Five of Cups, I'm not necessarily seeing this as something that has to be absolutely cataclysmic, but this could also be something that we do need to be able to release with them, whether this, means we end something that we've been doing as a couple, as a family, and adopt something completely new, transition into something completely new. I am seeing with the Five of Cups upright, a lot of you may also be finding that even within your own space, your own life, you may be having to confront where something that either you've anticipated or maybe even something that you can see in another is finally getting underway when it comes to a transition that they're going to have a hard time emotionally processing. So of course, be patient, be empathetic, be loving. When it comes to new people in your life, I do see that yes, there may be some new folks coming for those of you looking for new folks. But this is not the week to lay it on heavy. There's a lot of stuff going on around them right now. Do not be that person who's more interested in getting their rocks off and their mental rocks off with love than making sure everyone in the partnership's healthy. Don't do it. As we get on to the personal shifts, what's going on with you? You've got the Seven of Swords reversed. And we have this, once again, return to that boomerang kind of experience, things coming back to you, things that you thought were either taken away from you, stripped off the table, removed from your life, or maybe called off, getting brought back and getting a chance to be revisited or enacted, played with, and of course experienced in earnest. We also have the Seven of Swords reversed, revealing a lot of secrets. Yes, as we said with the High Priestess, this will undermine what you think about people, what you think about your own reality, what you think about your own worldview. It's a paradigm smasher, but also a paradigm lifter this week. Roll with it. Let the feelings come. Do with them what you can, but do not allow yourself to stay in an illusion, even if it's one you co-created, about a world that is not the way it actually is, because you're going to be in for a lot of pleasant surprises as well. So that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.